wanted to be barbecued like a chicken. There were people which wanted to be hit with a hammer and then slaughtered.
But none of them was...
RABBLE RABBLE SHOW, I got chat to them, I made them chat for it.
Rabble Rabble, you don't know say the one and only NASH-I Rabble Danger, and on this platform we do things different. Rabble Rabbles. You know say the internet is a weird place though.
Very weird place.
Just imagine the weirdest thing right now. You can go up on the internet and see that. You know that?
You can find every single thing on the internet. If you want to see somebody killing a baby, you can find it. If you want to see a woman using a dog to eat her out, you can find it. Every single raw thing you can find on the internet.
The internet just raw. Them say you have a place named the dark internet.
Yes.
We never go up on the dark internet.
I don't know why, but I just want to see because
the things
I don't because I don't believe it. Because I've never went on it before, so I don't know what is on there.
Me no want to go up on it and can't come back.
You can't come back.
Yeah, no,
laptop, you would.
Yes, it no matter.
Them going to drag you through the laptop?
No, how it's a gap, but them say it's a dark place. Now, if I tell you when you go dark place, there's no coming back.
And not necessarily so it go. It's just that on the dark web, from my understanding, is they sell things that you wouldn't normally see in like places where have to be legal by the country and being watched, because they know so we are literally being watched by everything that we do.
You have international standard where we monitor.
So the black web does not deal with those standards.
As you said, on the internet, everything dead. You know, say people that on the internet want get eat alive. No? I don't know, say people that on the internet are on people for eat them alive.
Me know say people that on the internet are sell themselves for buy people. And also that's something never know say people want to eat people and people are sell themselves for get eaten.
Not even if I sell them, they sell themselves. Maybe family would have benefit. But I sell them, I sell themselves.
So
I sign them, I sign up for it.
All them must sign up for it. When you go up on the dark web, you automatically get signed up to get sold.
You have this website.
Yeah.
Where them say it's a fetish. Me never know say people have fetish should be eaten. I'm not talk about, you know, them freaky man that talk about no eat fetish or whatever. Knife and fork. Flesh a chew up and try and go down in a belly. Yeah, laugh.
So I'm supposed to do. I can't do more than that. So I'm not sell myself. Why would you want to sell?
That man sure said them say people have all different type of fetish in the world. And people think about all different type of things in the world. Them say think it and you might say, yo, that can't happen. So but try no say that happen.
When you go on it, you sell them, but you see that body, you sell them body piece by piece.
Alright.
Cause me I wonder if them are selling whole body, they must say a selling piece by piece. Like piece parts.
I said just sell a hand today or sell a foot tomorrow. Joke, but it's not a laughing matter, yo. The world really sick when you see things like these really happen. And I think the big authority really need to step up and get to people, because them people are mad.
They're not gonna be able to get through to them. You see where them gone to on no dark web where the government cannot help them.
Well, right now, Rabblings, if you not eat, you not stop eat. If your stomach feel away, right now you have some sick people out in the world, and right now we don't really know what people are doing behind closed doors.
They're mentally ill, that's just it.
We are gonna make you see for yourself. Rabble rabble, straight rabbling, spray this.
Unassuming man who became a monster. For the first time, he tells his chilling story. And I should warn that at times it's quite graphic and could distress some viewers. Armin Mivas is 46. a quiet, polite man who grew up in a loving family in a small town in Germany. But make no mistake, he is also a modern-day monster. His crime so horrific, there were no laws to cover it, no words in medical journals to describe his mental state.
My name, Armin Maivis. I was born 1961. I'm computer engineer from Rothenburg, Germany. I killed a man, slaughtered him and ate him. Since then, he is always with me.
This isolated farmhouse. In the kitchen, they found a freezer with a false bottom, concealing what Maivis claimed were packets of wild pig. But it wasn't wild pig. It was the flesh of this man, burnt Brandis. There was no disputing what Maivis had done, and he never denied it.
When the body is to be eaten, it has to be dead, that's clear. It tastes like pork, a bit more harsh, substantial.
His lawyer, Harold Ermel, reveals the crime scene itself.
We are coming to the slaughter room.
The house where Maivis slaughtered his victim and dined on the flesh.
Eat the flesh as steak or as beef with red wine and potatoes, and it was very important for Mr. Maivis to eat it.
8 years ago, Armin Maivis posted an advertisement on the internet. He made contact with Bernd Brandis, an engineer from Berlin. They found they had a bond. Maivis wanted to eat a man, Brandis wanted to be eaten.
We've been emailing and chatting on the internet since January, and we talked about exactly what would happen.
Friends to keep him company. But it wasn't enough. He wanted to feel more connected to these friends, that they should be part of him. And so began his deadly obsession.
And then I thought that if they were to become a part of me, I'd have to eat them.
Muss ich ihn halt aufessen.
But even in his fantasies, Maivis wanted his victim to be a willing partner.
He had to go into this inner connection willingly. It wouldn't have been possible any other way. He had to practically sacrifice his life so that he could carry on living in me. Around this time, I'd somehow stumbled on cannibal sites, cannibal chat rooms. I took a good look at them and thought they were just fantasy. But there are so many ads, you couldn't believe it. There were people offering themselves to be eaten and were looking for people to eat them.
When Maivis told me about the other people he met before, there were people which wanted to be barbecued like a chicken. There were people which wanted to be hit with a hammer and then slaughtered.
But none of them was... Then, along came Brandis.
Bernd Brandis. I'd replied to an ad he put on the internet. The strapline was dinner or your dinner. And the text was, I'm offering you the chance to eat me alive. Who really wants it needs a genuine victim. He came into the house with Brandis. From here, they went through the hall into the dining room.
Zum Wohnzimmer.
Then through the living room and straight into the winter garden.
Wintergarten.
The winter garden faces the street. At the time of the deed, this terrible deed, the shutters were open and Brandis started to undress.
Und diesen Weg sind die beiden dann gegangen.
Then the two came this way,
Bis in den zweiten Stock.
upstairs to the second floor, to the so-called slaughter room, where later the terrible deed took place. He wanted to experience the ultimate high. And for him, that was to be eaten alive. That for him would be ultimate bliss.
Dieses ultimative Glücksgefühl.
The men made a diabolical pact. Mivus would cut off parts of Brandis's body while he was still conscious. It was agreed they would film the entire episode. The result was so shocking that police have now locked away the video, never to be released.
We discussed everything beforehand, including the camera, which should be switched on because he wanted to see for himself what it was like when we did the amputation. He wanted to experience pain that was so bad it would kill him, pain that would destroy him. Obviously he yelled. He was standing at the table and he sprang backwards. The blood was spurting out, and after 30 seconds he stopped yelling and said, "It doesn't hurt anymore."
But the wound wasn't enough to kill Brandis, and Mivus hesitated over what to do next.
I prayed. At that moment, I didn't know what to do. I asked myself whether I should pray to the devil or God. And I asked God for forgiveness. Then I took the knife, grasped it in my hand, and after hesitating some more, I cut his throat with it. Then in the slaughter room, after he was dead, I separated the head from his body. I hung him from the ceiling. Then I removed his organs and cut him in half. I poured hot water over the two halves and washed the body. Candles, took out a good bottle of red wine and prepared the meal, and then he ate parts of Brandis. The first bite was, of course, very strange. It was a feeling I can't really describe. I'd spent over 40 years, 30 years, longing for it, dreaming about it. And now I was getting the feeling that I was actually achieving this perfect inner connection through his flesh. Flesh tastes like pork, but stronger, more substantial. Although I don't think that other people would have noticed the difference had they eaten it. It tasted really good.
A legal dilemma. There is no German law against cannibalism, and Brandis was clearly a willing victim. Mivus was initially convicted of manslaughter and sentenced to only 8.5 years in prison. But a retrial convicted him of murder, and he was sentenced to life in jail. But even now, no one can be sure that Mivus regrets his crime.
Rabble, no fear for tell them say you hear it, yes, so remember to like, share and subscribe. Straight Rabblings.
Kind of mess your whole brother.
Let me hear what the public thinks. Chat.